My name is Conorris Henley, aka Keng. I'm a graduate at home, and this is my story. My life before coming to the Rise Discipleship home was, wow, it was out of order. I can say that. It was way out of order. And I was jumping into one thing, trying to get another thing, running the streets, using drugs, selling drugs. I thought I couldn't break that cycle. So I needed another chance. Upon coming to the Rise Discipleship home, it was an adventure because my partner, he tried to get me to come like 3 years ago, and he didn't want to take that advice. And I had a pocket full of money, pocket full of drugs. And I didn't take his advice, and I got shot because I'm from Georgia. And I got shot in Atlanta, Georgia, and bing, a light went off in my head like I need another scenery, I need a change. And I said, God, I screamed out, God help me. I'll never forget it. I was in a hotel. I was living from hotel to hotel, from pillar to post. And I even had to sleep on the ground sometimes. I thought I was stuck out there with no family. Even though my family loved me, I was too ashamed to even run to them, to even call them and ask for help. But the drugs had completely shut me down. You feel what I'm saying? I would wake up in the morning, I felt like I had to have something inside of me. Before this, before that, Satan had took complete control of my temple, my mind. And upon coming to the Rise Discipleship, when I finally did make it, because I took his advice and his offer was still on the table. He was like, if I choose the Rise Discipleship, then he will provide the transportation. And I was like, for real? So I called him, and the offer was still on the table. I got on the bus, and it took me 30-some hours to make it over to Abilene from Atlanta, Georgia. And it was the best move I ever made in my life. I came in broken, disgusted. I was ready to give up. Even when I first got here, I was ready to give up. I'm in another time, I'm in another state. Nobody will know this if I creep away. And it came to I had to realize that this was the place for me. But a big breaking moment when I came to the Rise Discipleship. What I was struggling with the most before I came to the home was crack cocaine, marijuana, alcohol, tobacco products. I felt like I had to have that in my life. I couldn't perform. I couldn't have a normal life without drugs. You feel what I'm saying? And I had completely took control of my thoughts, my movements. Even though, because I always like to detail cars, and I feel like I had to have one before I went to work, before I did anything. Yeah. The most inward thing that caused me to go with that was being ashamed of who I really was. Like, always been a godly person. Like I tell the home, I was born into Christianity, I was born into believing God, but I had got ashamed. Like, what would people think of me if I was to believe in my God and tell the word about God? And I was ashamed. A lot I believed about myself was that I can make things happen without God, without having to trust in God, having to believe in God. I can do things on my own. You feel what I'm saying? And I suffer the consequences later if it didn't go right. I fully believe that I can do things on my own. I push God to the side when I need him. That never worked. My lowest moment before coming to the home was losing the place that I was staying in, having to go stay in drug houses where the drug dealers was, where the drug users was. And the lights would be off, the water would be off. And man, I'm struggling and day in and day out. And then I looked up and I asked God, give me another chance. That was one of my lowest points, of being in drug houses and then getting shot. You feel what I'm saying? And that was the lowest I can ever get in my life. Seeing blood come out of me from a bullet wound. The next thing I seen was going to happen to me. It's not prison, it's not jail, but my kids looking at me in a casket. But I couldn't bear that. And I come to tell my kids that I love them. I'm thankful, so grateful for this change in my life. so I can be there for them. I can talk to them with a clear mind. I ain't got to lie about, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And it's a great feeling. What made me finally say yes upon coming to the home was being so disgusted with myself, and I was trying to jump out of one relationship and jump into another relationship and trying to play both sides. I could straddle the fence. My godmother, she always told me, said, I can't play both sides of the fence. You're either going to choose God or you're going to choose Satan. I said, this time, I'm going to choose God, and I'm going to go with God, and I'm going to go full-heartedly of what I believe in. And I made up my mind, and I got on that bus, and I made it to Abilene, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. When I first arrived at the home, I was fearful, because I done been incarcerated, I done been to prison twice, I done been to jail numerous times, all across Georgia. So my fear was, is it like I'm gonna be incarcerated again? But let me tell you, I was walking with so much love, so much gratitude. So many people was treating me as I was this new brother. And I never had this feeling upon my life to be welcomed into a home, and it was amazing. Actually, I did believe that something would change. Because like I say, I believe in Jesus full-heartedly. And I've seen people change throughout my life because of their beliefs, because of going to Christ. And I did believe something would change, but I didn't know how long it was going to take. Being in the home, I've been here 14 months, now going on 15 months this month. And man, I never thought my character could change. That even has changed. My thoughts, my feelings, everything has changed upon this time of being a graduate. And it's worth sticking it out. It's worth staying and complete the program. The home gave me guidance, positive guidance that I couldn't find in the streets of Georgia, that I couldn't find within myself. It gave me positive role models, it gave me positive people to talk to. It gave me a church home that never looked at me differently because of my background, never judged me because of what I used to do. And brothers to talk to that can look me eye to eye and tell me the truth, or what I need to do, or what's going to happen if I don't do this. I give honor to God, and I give thanks to the Rise Discipleship Home for doing that. Who in the home encouraged me the most? I got to get hats off to Bellany. It came one point in my career with Rise that I was going through it, man. I was going through it. And a brother told me, he said, man, you need to go talk to a leader, bro. I went in there and I talked to Bellany. And once again, every time he opened the Bible. And I'm like, is he going to tell me anything from with his experience? And he never led with the flesh. He always led by God. He always led by the word of God. And it cured me every time. It was once upon a time I didn't know how I was either going to help send my daughter her school clothes. Man, open that Bible. This thing, I was getting a call. What size is your daughter? Well, we're going to send her school clothes. And that meant the most to me out of this whole entire process that I've been here right now. When it touched me, it made me stay in this program, and it let me knew that I was in the right place. But the tools, the home helped me praise and worship, pray more, reopen my Bible and learn more, going to church twice on Sundays, fellowshipping with the brothers. Man, getting up every morning, reading Proverbs. Man, that it stuck with me. Even now because I'm a graduate, so sometimes I get off work and I can lay in it because I be tired. But if I don't read that Proverbs, I don't hardly feel right in the morning. So I would say that was a good habit I got from reading Proverbs every morning. What we do, praise and worship inside the home, and then we'll go outside and do praise and worship outside. And I was thinking, when I first came, why do I have to go outside and do praise and worship and do it inside? But one day when I was outside, I kid you not, something touched me and I broke down, and it was like birds were lifted up off me. It was outside praise and worship. And that was my breaking moment. The scripture that I most read was Proverbs 3, 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not to thy own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. But I've been sticking to that. I'm trusting in the Lord. Going through hardship when I wasn't doing the right thing, still in the home. And the leaders would bring me in the office, still love on me, still give me opportunity to lead the guys, then break me down and throw me to the side. And saying I was no good or nothing, still uplifted me and helped me be the man of God that I done became today. That's a big thing I take in. My relationship with Jesus has motivated like to the highest. I actually wake up in the morning happy now. Happy that I'm in the house of God. Happy that I have an opportunity to go to work now. Happy that I've graduated. Happy that I can fellowship with the brothers and actually show them the right way to go. My life as today has totally changed from where I was. Now I get up, I look at my phone, I look at my work schedule, and I say I gotta work today. And I actually get to go out and work with a graduate that was in the home and motivating me to help me to get a job where he at. And like my aspects of I can help my kids now. I can help the brothers out. You feel what I'm saying? With a good heart. Not looking for anything back. That plays a major part. How I think now, I think ahead of like if I brainstorm, like if I'm in a moment where I have to do something or I have to get a task done or I brainstorm it, like if I do this, it's negative or with a bad heart, what's gonna be the outcomes of things? That helps me so good. And I got a home director, overseer that prays and talks to me all the time, and brothers that really means a lot. Now what I do, I try to still attend. I try to still help out. I try to still go to praise and worship outside when I'm off work or when I got time. I still try to go to life groups. Still gonna go to church twice on Sundays. And I stay motivated, stay grounded in the Word. Still read that Word every day. That's helping me. Well, in this next season, I'm excited about the growth within myself, like how I can help a new brother getting off work every day, seeing the new brothers that's not knowing what the home really is about, and going in there and grabbing them, taking them to the store, blessing them with something, and to see them uplifted like, man, who are you, man? Why did you give me this? And to introduce myself to them and let them know that I am a graduate of the home. I done been in your seat where you at, so I can help walk you through what you're going through and walk them out of their heads, keep them in the home so they can experience what I've been through. But I think to use my story as a lot of addicts out there, they say, oh, I don't have a chance. There is a chance. All you got to do is pick up that phone, make one phone call and do that intake, get approved. They will provide a transportation to you to get here, help you out along the way, get you to this home and welcome you with nothing but love. And it's a 12-month program that will absolutely change your life. So I say to people in addiction that's battling, struggling, living on the streets, can't call mom and dad, need a way to fix their life, God will help you get here. And this home will love on you. And simple as that. When I first got in the home, man, because I always was even back in Georgia, like, I always wanted to be this movie star and all this rap artist. And I had a dream that we did a movie at Rise. And I wrote Pastor Real letter. And still to this day, he tell me, hey, Keng, I got that letter sitting on my desk. And I guess one day it's going to be upon me to write a script. I don't know if I'm going to be able to act in it or something, but a Rise movie, a Rise big something, ceremony, something big that's going to shock the nation. Like, man, a smaller town in Abilene, this program nationwide. It's like one of my big dreams, right?
If this story resonated with you, if you or someone you love is struggling with addiction, alcoholism, or bondage of any kind, please know there is hope. You're not alone. Our intake number is listed in the description below. Don't hesitate to reach out. Freedom is just one phone call away. And if you'd like to be a part of our transforming lives, just like this one you saw today, there's also a link to give. A recurring gift of just $50 a month helps us continue offering a safe place for healing, discipleship, and restoration. Thank you for partnering with us to bring hope to the hopeless and light to the darkness. Have a blessed day.